burn ban.
That's
No
all.
action.
Well, actually, we'll need to put it on.
I'll make that motion, we put it up.
Put it on.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, number 5, budget transfers and amendments.
Make a motion to accept.
There's an amendment and a certification for the unclaimed property capital credits that we got, the 894338. There's a certification in there with a budget amendment.
And is that part of your motion?
And somebody put right there on the back.
It's
This
right.
one? This one?
Sure is.
It's going to the libraries. That the budget amendment is
The two libraries.
the two libraries, yeah.
You gonna keep
But
Nope.
a motion to approve the budget amendments and the certification, for the certification. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Who seconded? Sorry.
Who seconded?
I did. Whoever.
Thank you. All in favor, aye. Motion carried. Item number 6 is to approve and pay the bills.
We ain't got to it yet.
I didn't get that in a while, so when I went down there this time, you got more
Just
just.
mercy, man.
Well, there's a chunk up and down the road where our
Stove, windows.
So
Middle windows been there for a while.
so what we're gonna do is, the plan is, it's gonna be on the agenda on Wednesday. And the newspaper, well, the newspaper is gonna say, go to the website, and we're gonna take a couple snapshots.
I think it's.
Just, and we're accepting bids and that don't happen. Because it's not like I want this or this, Judge said it's all right.
We need to include the phones in the boiler room too, because those were supposed to be on there.
Oh, okay. So we need to take them out there.
Hard hat fell
Then
down.
there's gonna be a viewing, 14. That's in the newspaper, if anybody that wants to.
Make a motion to pay the bills.
Speak out with it. Yeah. Yeah, then they'll have to salvage.
I second, let's see the problem.
All in favor, aye. Any opposed? None. Motion carried. Item number 7, our election administrator was here earlier, but she had to leave because the people were coming to
Program the machines. for the
program
election.
machines. And so, item number 7 is just to consider changing the polling place for Fairfield 1 and Liberty 12 polling places for the November 2nd constitutional amendment special election. And it's moving it to, from the Green Barn, where's it moving to?
To the building that used to be the phone company. I'm not sure the exact name of it.
Where the school is now?
Oh, wait, it's on
Where
here.
Winston is?
Career and technology center.
Yes,
Yes, there we go.
and the address is 960 East Commerce, room 103. Do we have a motion?
I make that motion.
I said your first thing,
Yeah.
second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item number 8 is to consider allowing Kevin Page to relocate a fence on Road 381.
What that is about, I guess, several years ago, it was brought to Commissioner's Court, that on County Road 381, which had not been maintained in a long time. Snyder Lake Slough kept it
Yeah.
covered up. I don't know how many years ago that was, but Kevin Pate had bought the land on both sides of the road. The road wasn't being maintained. He come to Commissioner's Court, and Commissioner's Court allowed him, give him permission to fence that road off. Within the last few weeks, he purchased another tract of land, north of the north fence, both sides of the road. So what he's asking is, can he, once he fences that off, to fence the road off as well? Again, it's not being maintained. It's a good thing in my opinion, because it keeps people from going down there and dumping out trash, and, you know, it's one of them spots that we had to go down there and pull a couple of vehicles out that got stuck down there, and,
Flag.
yeah. So it
It's a
just,
dead end road, isn't
well, it is now, like I say, it used to go from
it?
1848 all the way through to FM 489. But I don't know when they quit maintaining it, it's probably over 10 years ago. So he's just asking to be able to move that fence up. I told him that we could talk about it, that we would need documentation to show that he does own both sides, and it wouldn't affect any other landowners. I have looked
Both
at
of
it.
those things, yeah.
I looked it up on the Central Appraisal District maps, and what it shows there, what he's telling me is correct, so.
Okay.
um,
I don't see any problem if that's,
If we do this, when we redistrict, do we need to show that road being closed, that wherever it's closed?
It's already closed.
It's closed now.
Does it not show that there's any road goes down through there on the map?
No, on that map, that road shows to go through there.
Yeah. I'm just saying, that when we
Never
do this
changed that
redistricting, do we need to close that? Because remember, that's the deal we got into at the lake that time. I'm just asking for,
well, in this instance, it wouldn't affect anything because nobody lives in that road, so that wouldn't affect the redistricting issue. Yeah.
It's all in three. The road's all in three.
Yes.
And as far as our road map itself, I don't know that we updated except through changes that we made through the court or district court changes. Yeah, no, that's a good thought. Yeah, I think if all those things, if it affects no one else, he owns on both sides and the land behind it, I don't see a problem with it.
So if I bring his legal description of the property that he's purchased, along with a plat showing, then we can vote on it next time.
I think so. Mhm.
Does that road get closed all the way at 489 also?
No,
You come in 489.
come in from 489, you can come in off Highway 79 on 380 or off 1848 on 3, multiple ways to get to where that fence is. And then if you're coming in off of
In the back, way
1848.
back of his property, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm just saying that the way the road is shut off now, on the south side, there's one way to get there, and that's off 1848. From the north side, you can come in from Highway 79, 1848, or 489. There's 3 ways to get to that.
We need to see a picture.
Yes.
I'm
I'll
confused.
just bring them out.
There you
Okay.
go. All right, we'll have that on the next one to look at. Item number 9 is to discuss widening County Road 331.
That's a discussion as well. Contacted by President of Oakwood ISD School Board. They are going to start construction of a new football stadium. It's a little ways from their school. Palmer Street off of Highway 79 turns into County Road 331. And the property that they have purchased starts where the county line is, and County Road 331 starts. So if you're driving north, it'll be on the left-hand side. Pretty narrow road. It was oil sanded a long time ago. It's not a real good road, but for about 1,350 foot, that's where they want to bring traffic in to park for games, football, track, and all that. And so they want to widen the road to make it more of a 2-lane road.
You gonna have to do it, hang on.
That equipment-wise, they're going to do it. They're going to take care of any utilities that have to be moved, all the dozer work, tree removal. What we would be responsible for is, putting the rock down, that's what they're asking. I just wanted to bring it, they're not starting construction, but I just wanted to bring it to y'all's attention that that's coming down the pipe, and they called last week, so.
You have to all send it through, won't you?
That's, yeah.
All right, then we will go to number 10 to discuss salary grades.
We're not gonna vote on that one.
I don't think we need to, not until they get us some plats and tell us exactly how wide and all that.
All right, we are now on number 10 to discuss salary grades for the sheriff's department. I don't think I have everything I need.
Here it is. Show what you want.
Yeah,
That's the latest and greatest.
latest and greatest, okay. I think I had something, but I forgot to look it up and bring it in as far as what you are requesting to change. Everybody, I think, has a salary grade sheet, a current one, that Jimmy prepared for us. Everybody have that?
I have that as far as what,
Okay, that's what I didn't have, sorry. Do y'all have this?
No, do you want to make a copy?
they did.
We did,
They did, yes, they
that
did.
was in the, budget request. Okay. Y'all sign that. Iron Man.
Thank you.
Now, the main thing are we looking at it right now? The main thing I'm looking at is on the deputy side. That's the main thing I'm looking at. As far as setting those, promotions, the ranking positions, the money's already in there. I am asking that the new deputy, the two new openings for the deputy, all the deputy starting pay be at $40,660. I'm asking that, which would, I think it's all in there, but about $5,000 for the starting pay for the deputies. But the other ones, it's already in there. So you're not giving me any more money for that. It's already been set in there anyway. We just need to show it.
Get that back. Yeah. What do you think of that?
Yeah. Would you go get me a payroll printout, sideways thing, color? Yeah, sure.
You're talking about
I'll
the
just let her
open
get it.
positions, Gary, that you have, they were at 38,160, and you want to move them to 40,660?
Yes, I want to be able to give the ones I'm trying to pull in, the 40,660 to stay up with the surrounding counties. And I know Clyde, said that he had checked into it, I know Lloyd had, but that's still below what the other places are staying, but at least it keeps us kind of close.
Right now, he's running an ad trying to hire somebody, and he has to show that their pay's gonna be the
38.
38. And then you've got surrounding counties offering.
They're offering 41.6
Move
plus.
it up to 40.
Was that before we added 2,500 to it?
This is the higher end, not.
This is higher.
So it never got, that 2,500 has never touched that higher position.
There was two positions that were still open that the 2,500 didn't do. So I'm asking that I get that 2,500 for those two positions as well, so I can advertise that we're paying 40,660 instead of the, right, when everybody else is advertising 41 plus certificate pay and everything else. So I'm just trying to stay at least somewhere close to them. And then like I said, that's about 5,000 because you'd have to have 2,500, which, I mean, it's going to be in there anyway. I'm always short. So,
All right, so what we're asking is to increase grade 5 higher end position to the 40,660. Because then, any deputy hired after that would be hired in at the 40,660.
yes, deputies, yes, the
So,
pay would be.
We're changing the salary grades, the higher end on deputies, which is grade 5, to 40,660.
Right, that'd be, yeah,
Instead of 38,160, it's going to 40,660.
yeah, the gray area.
Great, right.
Deputy.
And right now, that's affecting jail transport and environmental
Environmental.
emergency management, is that still what y'all want?
So what's gonna be?
It's going to affect them both. One of them gets a $100 raise.
That's more than the.
Is that right?
So the end is smaller than the
Yeah, the cap,
beginning.
y'all have to do something with the cap too.
Say that again.
The cap, the second column
Right.
is less than the 4660, so y'all will have to look at the cap.
See,
That's $100.
All right,
Another $100. To get
originally.
it the same.
You get it the same. But originally, TAC did these salary grades, and the purpose of that was, you have a higher end amount, you have a cap. And once the person meets the cap, then that cap is the same as the next section. So that you don't get into this about getting, it just throws everything out of kilter if you don't stay within that. But we never stay within the caps. That's the problem. When we get to the cap on a certain section, you know, that's supposed to be the maximum amount that that position pays. It's supposed to be. But then we say, well, we'll call it a cost of living raise, which is the same thing, really. And then we get all out of kilter like we are right now. So that was
Anytime
the
the
purpose
raises
of
go
that.
through, the cap just goes out the window.
So we either need to decide that we're gonna stick with this and stay within the cap, or we need to take it off and then be in limbo forever.
Well, we're already over the cap anyway.
Yeah. You know, if someone starts off at, one of these grades and stays in that grade for a long time, after a while, the raises then
Yeah.
puts them over the cap and the people in the higher areas too. So you'll have a deputy that's making more than a deputy sergeant, because they've been there so long and they've gotten raises, and we didn't stick with the cap, so then we're out of kilter again.
You got the money?
Oh, I have, the only thing that wasn't budgeted as far as the starting pay for deputies was the 2 positions, because they didn't get the 2,500.
Right.
So,
That's because that was our policy.
Right.
Once the budget is set, anybody that's hired in after the budget doesn't get the raise at that time. So that's why,
well, that's why I wanted this done before the budget was set.
well, but here we are
That's
doing it
what
now,
Clyde said, nobody gets it unless they're already hired.
at that time. But now what we're trying to do is get our higher-end amounts to work with all of these others anyway. So we need to change that, the deputies, grade 5, starting higher amount to 4660, correct?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
I'll make that motion.
Don't we have to make a change on the cap?
We never
Yes.
made one.
And make it, and change, for right now, we can change that cap. Cause see, we're gonna have to figure out and go down and change all of these eventually.
Well, and that was the next thing that we had the issue with.
Yeah.
40,660.
That's the next thing we had the issue with, is because I got the 2 sergeants, 2 of my sergeants are running for, or planning to run for office in the county. Well, when I lose them, then I don't have a promotional pay increase